Hello and welcome to All Top 5s. This week and next for a double video special, I'm looking at deadly animals. There are two ways of measuring the deadliness in animals. The most scientific way is looking at the number of human deaths caused by animals per year, and another way is to look at some of the lethal ways in which animals can kill. This video is the former, a more scientific look at the numbers, and I think it might surprise you. Number 5. Tsetse fly. I remember reading about this animal as a child and being appalled by how many people's lives are destroyed by it. It's estimated that around 10,000 deaths per year are caused by the tsetse fly. It lives across the middle of Africa between the two great deserts and bites other animals to drink their blood to survive. It's this method of feeding that causes it to be so deadly. Now, it may be small and fairly harmless, but the tsetse fly can carry and transmit parasites called trypanosomes, and when an infected insect bites an animal to drink its blood, it sometimes transfers these parasites into them. In humans, the disease caused by these parasites is called sleeping sickness. It starts with a fever and a headache, then itching and pain in the joints. After several weeks, sometimes even months, the person becomes confused and badly coordinated and has real trouble sleeping. This results in death if not treated early. Even if it is treated, it still takes years off a person's lifespan. In fact, it's estimated that each year shared between all sufferers of sleeping sickness, a total of 2 million years of life are lost to the disease. To make matters worse, the disease can spread amongst livestock as well, annihilating entire herds of cattle and indirectly causing starvation and poverty in the humans who own them. A really nasty domino effect. Scary stuff, and although there are many plans to control and reduce tsetse fly populations, such as pesticides, fly traps, animal culling, and sterilisation of the male tsetse flies, they are still one of the deadliest animals on the planet, causing death on a huge scale. Number 4. Dogs. Man's best friend? Yeah, think again. Dogs are statistically one of the greatest animal dangers to humans that there is. There are some highly dangerous, vicious dogs, and occasionally they will kill humans. But that's not the main reason that they're at number 4 on my list. It's because dogs transmit rabies that they are such dangerous killers. The World Health Organization, or the WHO, estimates the annual human deaths by rabies to be in the tens of thousands, with 25,000 being one of those estimated figures. Additionally, 99% of all rabies cases in humans are through rabid dogs. This is what makes dogs such dangerous animals. Although it's easy to vaccinate against, many people and very many dogs in poorer countries in Asia and Africa just don't have access to such vaccines, and the deaths caused by rabies could be much greater than originally thought, because they often aren't reported. Rabies, in humans anyway, is a virus that causes fever, tingling sensations, sudden violent movements, manic excitement, confusion, loss of motor control, hydrophobia, that's a fear of water, and unconsciousness. Once these more serious symptoms begin, death is almost always guaranteed, in dogs or in humans. It's surprising to think that dogs could be such prolific killers of humans by carrying the rabies virus, but the numbers don't lie, and it's sad that there are still places in the world where such a horrific disease is still rife. Number 3. Snakes. Covering all species of snakes here in one swift figure, the WHO estimates that nearly 2.5 million people are bitten by venomous snakes each year. As many as 125,000 people per year are killed by these bites, making snakes one of the deadliest animals ever. Despite there being a great number of antivenoms and other treatments, poorer areas simply don't have these available, and snake bites are sadly very often fatal. As well as killing with their own venom, snake bites can also cause infection and other severe health conditions that can lead to disability or premature death in the long run. So while we're looking at them, as far as snakes go, the most venomous is the inland taipan of Australia. It lives far inland in dry areas, usually far away from humans, as it is quite a reclusive snake. Although cases of inland taipan bites are extremely rare, they're very serious and death can occur fast. The potency of the snake's venom is nearly twice that of the next most venomous snake, so it's hardly surprising. Luckily, anti-venom is available, and the snakes prefer to escape humans rather than attack them. Still though, this proves that snakes, with 125,000 fatalities per year, are deadly. Number 2. Humans. A controversial addition to the list, I know, but one that I stand by nonetheless. The most advanced animals, we humans, are responsible for the second highest rate of human death per year compared with all other animals in the world. So that's all your sharks, snakes, crocodiles, tsetse flies, dogs and so on, all added up, and they don't even come close to the humans' killing record. It's deeply, deeply sad. Standing at around 437,000 deaths per year, the homicide rate for the whole world is really, really shocking. This figure is for the global number of homicides for the year 2013 as measured by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. This includes intentional homicides or murders, but not necessarily infanticide, euthanasia, assisted suicide and unreported murders, so the figure is likely a lot higher if you include these. We often look at animals as pests and dangers to the human race, but a quick look at this figure really hammers home how dangerous humans can be to one another. And to make this even worse, the figure doesn't even include wars. It's very, very hard to estimate a yearly figure for war casualties. Indeed, the 437,000 figure I've just given doesn't include war. If it did, humans would be easily far and beyond the number 1 in this video. Take the ongoing Syrian civil war as a small example. Since 2011, 470,000 people have died in that war, which is nearly 100,000 per year. World War II was obviously even worse, with at least 10 million people killed by people per year for its duration. So, sadly, humans are placed at number 2 for single direct homicides, but they'd be far and beyond top of this list if every death at the hands of another human was involved. So sad and so pointless, and worth everyone remembering and reflecting upon from time to time. Number 1. Mosquitoes. So, with humans out of the way and placed almost as a technicality at number 2, the deadliest animal to humans left remaining is mosquitoes. This may come as no surprise to many of you, but they're very much a problem to the human race. Much like the tsetse fly mentioned earlier, mosquitoes feed on the blood of mammals, very often humans. And also, like the tsetse fly, mosquitoes of all different strains can carry devastating viruses and parasites that cause disease in humans. This problem is so severe that over 1 million people are killed each year by these infected mosquitoes, and a staggering 700 million people are infected each year. Unbelievable in scale and incredibly sad. The main killer carried by mosquitoes is malaria. Over 500,000 deaths were caused by this parasitic microorganism in 2012 alone, making malaria a huge problem in infected mosquitoes. There are other parasites and viruses carried by the world's deadliest insect too, causing crippling diseases such as dengue fever, yellow fever, Zika fever, and many more. It's been a huge problem for decades, and mosquitoes show no sign of going away, unfortunately. So, despite them being tiny and seemingly harmless, you could swat them with one hand. These hidden killers make mosquitoes the deadliest animals in the world. And that's it from All Top 5s for this week. It's always difficult talking about so much death and disease, so I've tried to handle the topic sensitively and with respect. People affected by these killers deserve our respect and our sympathy. Next week I'll be moving away from the numbers and looking at some of the deadliest ways that animals kill, whether it's prey or humans, making them more subjectively the world's deadliest animals. Keep tuned for that one. I'd like to see what you think of these top 5, especially the controversial number 2, in the comments. Just remember to be polite and considerate when you're posting your comments. If you've enjoyed this video or any of the other videos, please give them a like on YouTube because it really helps me out. Don't forget you can subscribe for a new video every single Tuesday. I release one every week on all different topics. So peace and love to each and every one of you, and I'll see you all next time on All Top 5s.